So what will we say when we say, "Oh Allah, we choose another way. We listen to our own whims and desires, and we didn't follow your way because we thought we were doing better"? This is associating partners with Allah. This is saying there are those who are equally deserving worship alongside with Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us against this. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Welcome to another episode where we contemplate about the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam in the Quran, so that we may benefit from it and really benefit from the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, the time of preparation for the Hajj or the pilgrimage to Mecca that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us to do. In the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam, we really find the essence of Islam and of being a Muslim. What does it really take? What is the essence? What is the core value of being a Muslim? And that is unconditional submission and surrender to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is exemplified in the life of Ibrahim as it is talked about in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Saffat, when the boy was old enough to work with his father, and Allah is talking about Ismail here. When the boy was old enough to work with his father, Ibrahim said, "My son, I have seen you in a dream that I must sacrifice you. Tell me then, what do you think?" The boy responded, "My father, do as you are bidden, and inshallah, or God willing, you will find me to be patient in adversity." SubhanAllah, we see in this unconditional surrender, not only in Ibrahim, but in his son Ismail, who was asked to surrender to the will of Allah. This is at a time when Ibrahim was childless, and he had asked his Lord to give him a righteous offspring that may carry on his message, carry on his duty to mankind. Allah did indeed bestow on him a great gift of Ismail. He grew up, he came to full strength, and just then Allah was testing him and commanding him to make a sacrifice. And there and then Ibrahim submitted. He also wanted his son to show that loving submission to Allah. So he asked him, "What do you think about this? Do you go along with this?" And Ismail, in a very humble attitude, was saying, "Oh dear father, do as you are commanded, and God willing, you will find me among the patient." So this shows a sincere and a loving submission to Allah despite the severity of the test. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honored them and gave Ismail and Ibrahim a ram to sacrifice instead. Allah saved them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about this theme of submission as the core of Islam all throughout the Quran. Another example, Allah says, "Say, my Lord has guided me to the straight way, to an ever true faith, the way of Ibrahim, who turned away from all that is false and was not of those who associated partners with Allah." Indeed, this issue of associating partners with Allah is the greatest disaster that can fall upon humanity, on any individual. In fact, every disaster that we are suffering as humanity is because of associating partners with Allah. When mankind says, we can find our own way, we can find and define our own religion, we will follow what our minds tell us, what our ancestors tell us, we will follow what we come up with from science or from the lessons that we learn in history. We will follow what is most logical to us. This is associating partners with Allah. This is in essence saying, "Oh Allah, we know better than you. We as humanity or as an individual, I know better than you." We should shudder at this statement. We should really be very frightful of the greatness of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who has created the heavens and the earth. He is the one who has given us everything. He is the one who has given us life, and He will give us death, and we will come back to Him on the day of judgment. So what will we say when we say, "Oh Allah, we choose another way. We listen to our own whims and desires, and we didn't follow your way because we thought we were doing better"? This is associating partners with Allah. This is saying there are those who are equally deserving worship alongside with Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us against this. So everything in life should be in submission to Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who created us. In Surah Al-Hajj, for example, Allah says, "Be true to Allah, turning away from all that is false. Associate no partners with Him." Again, Allah is reminding us the way to be truthful to Allah is to associate no one with Him, to look only up to Him as the authority, the only one to tell us what is right and what is wrong. Allah says in Surah Al-Hajj again, "And whoever honors the symbols of Allah, it is certainly out of the piety of the heart." Again, this comes to the piety of the heart. If we truly are sincerely loving Allah, if we claim to love Allah, if we claim to recognize that Allah is the creator of the heavens and the earth, He is the one who has given us everything. He has given us our lives. He has given us our sustenance. We claim this, but yet what is the sincerity behind this if we don't follow and submit to Allah wholly and sincerely? So in essence, we have to submit to Allah in every aspect of our lives. Allah tells us, "Say, my prayers, my worship, my living, my dying are for Allah alone, the Lord of the worlds. He has no partner. Thus I have been commanded, and I shall be the first of those who surrender themselves to Him." Everything in life should be for Allah. Everything that we strive for should be done in the way of Allah. Allah shows us what is right, what is wrong, very clearly. He has sent messengers, and He has sent His greatest messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, just like He sent Ibrahim alayhi salam before him, to show us what is the right way. And the most important essence of that guidance is to follow Allah wholly and sincerely without any partners. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us contemplate on these issues during these blessed days of Dhul Hijjah. And furthermore, may Allah help us really apply this sincerely in our lives so that we may be true and sincere Muslims and we may meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment and our faces are radiant and bright and hoping for the great reward and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
لك والملك لا